Hi everyone and welcome to Diamond Paintings with Mike. Today we have the next instalment of Dylan at the Dogbag, and it is Tuesday the 25th of March. So let's see how much we can get done on this beautiful bag. Now last time we were working over on this section, I'm going to do a little bit of filling around here first of all, and yeah, we'll get going on this bit here. Now, it is been a very busy evening today because I've had some problems with my washing machine. And washing machines are longer without gone. If you've ever watched that advert, it's quite funny. And last night I was trying to figure out why the washing machine, because the day before it just randomly stopped. It had laundry in it. Went into about 30 minutes worth of its cycle and then just stopped and would not power on. I had to literally like scoop the water out because the door was like halfway open with water still, like probably about a few like levels of water, not enough that, you know, I open the door and it's going to gush out, but enough to like sort of try and rescue it. So I had to scoop all the water out into like a pan or something to tip down the sink, and I thought this is taking forever. So I had to then undo the filter that's at the bottom of the machine on a drop down flap thing, and had to sit there like for hours sort of like, you know, draining it, because I couldn't do it like all at once, because you undo it too much, it's gonna gush right out. And I only had like a small dish. I had to like do some, stop it, tip it out, do some, stop it. Oh my god, like it took forever. And it's just stopped working. So my old washing machine is in the process of being took to I've got to book in a bulky waste collection at some point, but I need to do it on a day that I know I'm going to be off work and stuff, because it's quite difficult to plan things that you need to do when you're working. So I haven't got around to booking that in yet. So I thought, oh, I wonder if the old machine will still work. And this is the old one that I used to hire from a company that I hired it from, because when I very first moved in here, way back in 2015, obviously I was buying like all sorts of furniture, and it was getting expensive, like keep buying furniture and stuff. And so I needed a way of like getting a washing machine, like just as a temporary solution until I could like buy it outright sort of thing. So I used a rental company, and I cancelled it because I don't want to keep paying it, you know, out for it each week. And for some reason the rental company don't want it back, even though it says in the contract that it's their possession. And they've said, reached out to them a few times because I've cancelled it. They probably don't like it because I've cancelled it. And they've just like ignored me. And then I said, right, well, what I'm going to do then is I'm going to give you a warning now. So either you pick it up or I'm disposing of it. And if I get charged to take that away, because it's going to be £38, no, it's like £55 with the council to get that removed, then I'm going to issue a money claim and get them to foot it, because they've gone very, very quiet on me for some reason, and they will not answer any emails. And then one day out of the blue I got an email saying please dispose of it. So in other words, I've been lumbered with this machine to which I've now got to pay out to get removed. And so I'm now going to probably sue them for that, because I shouldn't have to pay to get rid of their equipment. So yeah, so anyway, I pulled it out because I got a new one, because obviously I don't want to keep using a hired one. So there's nothing wrong with, you know, hiring a washing machine, but it's nice to have your own one, isn't it? And so I had to get that one back out temporarily out of the cupboard that's been stored for almost like 2 years and see if that one would work. And yeah, it was still working, and so I've had to put it on a cycle, which it's on at the moment, called a drum clean, and it basically cleans all the drum. Just want to clean it, sort of like clean it out a bit to make sure that it's like free of dust and stuff, because you never know if it can get into the machine if you've left your door open. Perhaps the dust is getting into it, so it's always nice to give it like a nice clean. So I'm going to have to use that one. So there I am, I've took the old one out, I put the new one in, and I thought, I wonder if it's the plug, because this was not making any sense. Like, it just would not power on. Well, the plug socket is working because the old one's working. And then I thought, I wonder if I plug it in over here, it'll work. And oh my God, the new machine is working again. But I need to run a test on it, because I don't want to have to go through the phase of starting a wash load and then having, like, getting 30 minutes into the cycle for it to then, like, pack up again. So I don't know whether it's a fault with the fuse in it or what. So, and at one point I was going to ring up the landlord and say, could I get an electrician to do what's called a pack test to see if the socket is faulty. Never had a problem with it before in all the time I've lived here, but it's just really weird. So my brother knows, like, all to do with, like, washing machines and stuff, and he said, I think what's happened is you've either got a faulty fuse or you've put too much in the washing, like you've overloaded it and it's overheated. So I mean, unless I plug it in and you know, do a cycle, I won't know, because I can't test it without it being linked up to the waste pipe. So and obviously you need to put you need the pipe that brings the water into the house to go into the washing machine, so that all has to be linked up. So I thought, well, I'll give this washing machine, while I've got it, like the old one, is a bit of a clean up and just wipe it down and stuff and do a drum clean. And then what I'll do at some point tomorrow, I'll do a test on the other one. And then I finally today flat packed the drawers, so they're in the hallway waiting for the bulky waste collection. So whenever I can get that booked in, because before, when I tried to do it, they said, I think it was at like 4 o'clock, and they said, oh, sorry sir, we can't do it now because we're doing our end today, like banking, whatever that means. Like, obviously they must not take any more payment between that time, because perhaps they're cashing up for the day or something, I don't know. But so I've got to phone at some point in the morning, which is gonna be tricky, because obviously I don't finish work till 5 and I can't phone when I'm at work, so I'm gonna have to do it perhaps on a Friday one morning, and then book it for the following week. So that's all done. But apparently they can take up to 6 items at a time, which I think is reasonable. I mean, for 55 quid to get rid of 6 bulky items, or, you know, it could be anything. There's obviously a list on the council website with what they can take and what they don't take. But yeah, I mean, it's so hard, because if I could drive, I'd do it myself. And I don't really want to hire a van out just to take like a few bits, because when you hire a van, you've got to pay like the petrol for it. You've also got to pay the daily hire fee. So I don't really need a van. I can do it with the council and stuff. But it does say something to do with they pick up by midday. So yeah, so I'm hoping I can book that in Friday. But they're all flat packed now, so I've sort of done it in segments. Like each day I've done a bit more flat packing them. Because I have to like balance my time between filming, doing whip and chats, you know, catching up with things I need to do on the iPlayer, catching up with YouTube videos to people that I support, you know, clearing emails, making dinner, so I can't like do everything, but I try to multitask where I can, but I'm no good at multitasking. So yeah, so we got that. Now I have some good news. You know them hot cross buns I was telling you about? Well, finally, Tesco's have got them. Seriously, if you've never tried these, they're called 4 triple chocolate hot cross buns. And oh my God, like they're so nice. I've had 2 already. But as you can see, they're like proper like triple chocolate and stuff. And oh, so good. Like, I was so happy because the trouble is with our Tesco over here is that they don't put them in the same section as where the cakes are. They seem to be like on a different aisle, but I did notice when I picked them up, they've got like these lemon ones. And I've tried the orange ones from the Co-op and they're absolutely horrible. So I had club cards, so I got it a bit cheaper, $1.50. And have you noticed like the majority of things are now like £1.50? Everything seems to be like $1.50 on cakes and stuff. But anyway, so I thought, well, next time I go there, I'll see if I can pick some up. But I'm having a problem with the tills because I don't know why, but I use Apple Pay. So what I do is I never like carry cash. Everything's by my card. And I've always found like carrying money is dirty. I find it unhygienic. I find it unhygienic because money is touched by so many people. You don't know if they've got germs. You know, you just don't know. And I just don't like taking money out. It's just very sort of, I find it unhygienic, dirty, and ugh. You know, if someone, it's only got to take someone to have like a bad cold and then you've caught it from that note, you know. So Tesco's I'm a little bit annoyed with because what you do is you hover it over the machine and it takes the money from your phone, you know. But every time I go in Tesco's, it just will not read the chip that's in the, you know, the Apple Pay thing. And I have to take the phone out of the case for it to go through. Whereas any other shop, I don't have to do that. It's so frustrating. And if you've got an Apple Watch, you can actually pay with your Apple Watch as well. But I find that a bit time consuming because you can't, normally you're supposed to just go like that. But I find that when I go to there, I have to press the button on the side. It says that I have to like press the button on the side and stuff. So yeah, I got some of them, picked up some tea bags that I needed, which I actually went shopping yesterday. I've gone shopping nearly every day this week. I keep forgetting things. Go in there and come out with something completely different to what I need. And so, because we've got Mother's Day coming up, so I've been getting some bits and bobs. I had a Temu to pick up, which is quite nice because I swear Temu's getting faster. Like, they just seem to be getting faster and faster. So then I picked up the tea bags that they've got. Well, I checked out the coffee, but they've got the latte, the caramel latte. They've like none really. It's not doing it for me. I want the Kit Kat ones. It's so annoying because like all the other coffees are like $1.75, but these Kit Kat have jumped up to £2.10. And so I suspect because they're new and that, but I really want the mint ones. And then, oh my God, the other day, I went to Greg's and I had a free QR code thing, because if you're with Octopus Energy, you get a free drink, but you have to be quick. It's not guaranteed. So you need to, if you want to go on it, like check it every day and just hope and pray that you can get one, because it's like first come, first serve. So sometimes I've gone on there and they've said that it's all gone. So you have to be quick. And I've been having hot chocolate because I've always had this impression that you can only use it for one like Pacific drink. And I thought, I don't know about this. Let's see if I can use it on, they've got a new one called caramel cinnamon latte or something. So I had the cinnamon one and she said, do you want cream on it? And so I'm thinking, oh no, like does the voucher cover that, or is it extra? Because with Costa, I think you have to pay extra for the cream and like any accessories you want. If you've got the Costa app, you can actually swap some of your beans for like cream and stuff. So where you collect 1 bean per coffee, say you wanted to use 2 beans instead of paying for it, I suppose you can do it that way. But I find getting a coffee is better. I very, very rarely go to Costa. They're just too expensive. So, I mean, some of my friends in America, they do the same thing where they'll like buy it from like a McDonald's because it's like cheaper and stuff. So it's all about shopping around and seeing what best deal you can get. So yeah, I tried that and oh my God, it was absolutely gorgeous. Really nice. I'll be getting that again if I can get another one. So yeah, and they don't just do like coffee. They do like, there's a deal that they're doing at the moment where it's like you can get an all-day buffet or something. So basically all you can eat and you can go back for more for $4.99 at Toby Carvery. So I got that, but I don't visit a Toby Carvery, so I just got it just in case like I do visit. So yeah, and then today I was like, what should I have for lunch? Because on my lunch break I normally like just take a lunchbox and stuff, but I thought, no, do you know what, I'm not going to get long to eat it, because by the time I go from work, get to Greg's, it's like half an hour gone, and then I've got like a 10-minute slot to try and eat my food, because by the time I'm walking back, it's like near enough 15 minutes left of like my break to go back to work and stuff. And I thought, no, do you know what, I can't be asked with making sandwiches again. I'm going to go to Greg's and get a meal deal. And with the Greg's meal deal, you can get a BAP and a drink for, I think it's like $3.85. I think it's econ, because I think they should include crisps with that. It's just ridiculous, like a drink and a sandwich, they need to give you crisps. And I couldn't choose, when you've got so many choices in front of you, and I really fancied the tandoori chicken, and or is it the Mexican chicken? They've got a chicken bap anyway, and it's lovely. Tandoori, I think it's called. And then I fancied tuna, and I was like, oh, what do I go for? There's so much choice. And so I ended up getting the tandoori chicken. And then I found this Luxay drink, which was pink lemonade. And I never drink Luxay drink because I don't know what it is. I've always associated it with like being a medicated drink, because people tend to have it when they're like sick or they're unwell, because the idea is it's like an energy drink, so it's supposed to bring like your sugar levels up and stuff. And I thought, no, do you know what, I'm going to get one. And it was very, very refreshing. So I really enjoyed having that. Okay, what have we got here? Dogbag B. Have we got a B then? Wow. Okay, I don't think we're using that. What's that one? D. Lovely, that can be offloaded. This is the fun bit when you get to offload drills. So yeah, and then I was super hungry because I've totally forgot to have, in the mornings before I head off to the train, I normally have either like 2 slices of toast with jam on, or I'll have like an apple. And I totally forgot because I got up a bit late and was like so focused on getting the train so that I didn't miss it. And I was super hungry by lunchtime, and so I got the meal deal plus a sausage roll and a pink jammy donut. So, oh my God, they're so good. But unfortunately, I already used my QR code for the free sausage on the Monday. So unfortunately, I had to pay this time. But if you have the Greg's app, you can actually get stamps. So you can get, like, every time you pay on the Greg's app, you get, a stamp to use. However, I don't think, so I've tried this before where you pay on your card, but then show them this Greg's app to scan your stamps on. They can't do it like that. So if you want to use the Greg's app, you've either got to top up the Greg's app or have enough sort of stamps on there to redeem. And I'm like so many away from some, but I need to top it up. But it's so frustrating because, like, say like you had 20p left on your Greg's app, they won't refund that. So it's like stuck until you can try and use it up, which I think is ridiculous because, like, it's your money. But, you know, it is what it is. Has anyone else been getting Temu scam emails? I keep getting emails from Temu saying that it's like a scam email, so just be mindful of that. I have reported that to Temu, and they've just said, like, don't click on any of the links and stuff, which I don't do anyway. I just report it to Gmail, but the thing is, they don't do nothing because come the next day, there's more of it. So it's just so frustrating, you know. But I personally just check them all anyway, because you don't know whether occasionally some genuine emails can get stuck and shoved to the spam, because if the provider is not, like with Gmail, they can sense when like it's like a new company which you've never emailed before, and sometimes it goes to Gmail because it's like, oh, this company you've not heard from before, or something like that. But I do physically, I don't just go in and delete them. I go in like the spam and check them all, because there could be like a genuine email in there. But I will just load up the spam and then just keep reporting it to Gmail, which do nothing. So since moving to Outlook, it's so much better, like literally so much better. They just are on the ball with it, sort of thing. So I've been trying to change my Gmail one over to them, but every like username I want to use, they keep saying it's been took. So trying to find up an email, trying to find a username is quite hard, and I got fed up with trying, and yeah, that's on the to-do. That's on the to-do. But, yeah, so let's do a weather forecast today. Alexa, what's the weather forecast today, please, love?
Right now in Braintree, it's 12 degrees Celsius with mostly cloudy skies. Tonight's forecast has overcast weather, with a low of 5 degrees.
Wow. Overcast weather. So that could be rain. We don't know yet. So, yeah, let us know in the comments, guys. What's everyone doing for Mother's Day? Are you taking your mums out? Are you just having a quiet night in? I don't think we're going out. Hannah might take her out, but I don't think we'll be going out for anything, because it's Sunday, so I don't know. My mum normally works Sunday, so I don't know whether she will have time off for that. If it's like a birthday, she normally books it off, but what it is so it's the 25th of March. The way this is going to work is once we get up to sort of like Friday, I'm going to try to wind this down a bit. There will be a video on Saturday, but what I'll do is I'm not doing any filming on Sunday, because obviously it's Mother's Day and stuff, so obviously I won't have time to do like filming and stuff by the time I get back. So what I'm going to do is do like a double video on the Saturday to make up for the Sunday. So we'll do like a 10 o'clock and a 7 o'clock, something like that. But as I say, any projects that we haven't finished in the dog theme, you know, it is what it is, and it will just get rolled over. So yeah, I briefly trialled in March doing just one painting, and you saw we were working on this nearly every day for nearly 2 weeks. That is not working, so I thought, you know what, let's bring back like doing all different ones. So yeah, so what's everyone up to this evening I've already watched EastEnders, so I wanted to watch the 6 o'clock news, but I can't because the 6 o'clock news tends to copy what the 10 o'clock news say, so I'm going to skip that and watch the 10 o'clock, so do a bit more laundry, and then I will be doing a bit of catch up. And I didn't get no mail today, so I ain't got any letters to open, so yeah, play the Just Play game while I watch the with whipping. What do people do with whipping chats? Like with me, I'll like stick it on and just listen to it while I'm busy, like either cooking or doing something else. But I haven't forgot about the rainbow dog. So I'm going to try and get this. This will be Wednesday's video. And then I'm thinking, so you would have had, I can't remember if it's Ruby that went up Tuesday. I'm actually filming this Tuesday, but I can't remember what I put up. So we've only really got Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then it's all to do with Easter. With our next giveaway, which will be the Easter egg. Now, I don't know how best to do that because obviously what I'm thinking is I don't just want to put like a picture of an Easter egg because some people might not like that type of chocolate, whether it be Kit Kat, Twix, you know, so I've got to do it in a way that people will like the product. So what I mean by that is if I was to put an image of a Kit Kat and someone don't like Kit Kat, then I've got to try to find a substitute or a different sort of egg for them. So what I'm thinking is perhaps like on the video I'll put something like, please let me know what egg. I'll put the gram as well because otherwise I'm going to get people going, oh, can I have this size egg, that size egg? And it will not be any size egg. It's going to be a strict egg, you know. So then I was thinking it will either come from Cadbury Direct, because there's a company where you can order on there, or it will either come through Amazon, or failing that, I will send it with raw mail. But it'd be like special delivery because obviously it's chocolate. I need to get it there as fast as possible before it melts. Like you don't want to have like no delivery and then it has to go back to the depot where they can't deliver it because no one's in, and then like it's all melting away in the hot depot. I mean, I don't know if they use radiators in depots, but when I worked for CityLink, that was a collier that went bust. When I was doing all the parcel moving in the warehouse, it was pretty much cool because they kept the shutter of the warehouse open because there's always vans coming in and out. So yeah, I don't think they're very hot in there, so you need like a jacket or something. It's like working outdoors really. So yeah. Okay, so that's pretty much done. I'm just going to bring back number 2 because, oh no, hang on a minute, 4, 3, we've got 3, I think we've got 3 somewhere there, but let's bring back, just want to do this sliver down here, you see, because number 1, oh my god. Okay, 2 will have to wait for the minute because it looks like it needs a bit of a refill. So let's do number 7. Well, we've got this few minutes here. How are we doing for time? 36 minutes. So yeah, it's probably going to be at least another 2 sessions because I've got to get it right down here and over there. So, and I've been thinking about this little cock up over here. I'm probably just going to leave that out because there's not really much I can do about that. I don't really want to buy out another bag, so I'd rather just, you know, focus on this. I mean, doesn't matter anyway, because the shape of the fur's all over the place, isn't it? You've got this bit here, that bit there, so it doesn't really matter too much. So yeah, just get this done and out of the way, really. Really enjoyed doing another bag. I mean, really, when I was working on that Aberdeen Angus cow bag, that was like my first ever bag, and really had a blast doing it. It was quite fun to work on. So, yeah. Is it 2 on that? Feels very big drill. I don't like that. It's like they've made it too tall. But yeah, March's completions is packed. We've got quite a few to show you in March. So I think March has actually been a longer month, isn't it? Because obviously with February we had the 28 days. March is a little bit longer with 31 days, but I think we move into, is it 5 weeks from June? Because so many months of the year have like 4 weeks, and then you've got so many months with 5 weeks in it. January is the worst, because when you're like get paid over Christmas, with our job they pay us a week before, and you've got to stretch that wage right over until January. So because you're getting paid a week earlier, that's an extra week, so you've got like 5-6 weeks wait. So yeah, it's quite a struggle to stretch it over that, but you've just got to remember that you won't get paid during your pay week, because obviously people need time off in the office that do payroll and stuff. So yeah. Oh, I've just remembered I forgot to buy that elephant. Oh, can I just say as well, someone super chatted me again last night, so thanks ever so much for that. I really appreciate that. As I say, when I get a time to next, I'll try and remember for the next whip and chat. But with the super chat, I don't get any email. I don't get no description in the super chat area of who super chatted it. It just doesn't tell me. So I don't know who super chats. So it's so frustrating, because I'd like to know who does it so that I can thank them, and I just have to say thanks for whoever's super chat. But yeah, someone super chatted me last night, so thanks ever so much. That will be just reinvested back into buying new projects and stuff. So I just wish there was a way that it would tell you, because it's so annoying as well, because there's a section where it says view payment activity, and yet it doesn't tell you who has super chatted. So it's a mystery. Could it be my secret admirer? I used to do channel memberships, but it just wasn't really working for me, because I would do a video for like the channel member, but then I was thinking to myself, well, if I've done a video for them, how am I gonna like do the whip and chat? Because if I do the whip and chat on perhaps a section that's not like a channel member, it's not going to make it fair. So I just thought channel memberships is not best for me at the moment. I mean, maybe in the future, but it's just not something I'm enjoying. So yeah, I find it unfair as well, like, because other channel members get to see unboxings, whereas the standard members don't, and I don't find that fair. So yeah, I just prefer super chat, really. I don't think it's fair to charge someone money to watch a video. I don't agree with that. I think that's wrong. So yeah, I don't do channel memberships anymore. But there's also a new feature, because it came up on my thing last night saying to promote the video. And I thought, oh, what's this? So I logged onto it, clicked it open and stuff. And apparently you have to pay YouTube to promote it to go into the home feed of YouTube. So when you open the app, it will be there. But it was saying something like, how much do you want to spend? I think it was like £150. Like, I'm not paying YouTube to promote my video. Like, what the hell is that all about? Why has everything got to be paid for? It's like on Vinted, they've got this feature where you press the bump and you pay £1. And what that bump does is you pay the bump, which is £1, and they move it to the top of the catalogue. So it's like at the top of the, well, whatever it is that they use. But I don't like understand why you've got to pay to promote your own video. Like that's obscure. So I was like, yeah, no thank you, bye bye. Pay to watch your own video? Like, nah, there's something not right there. What's that all about? Okay, so we've got number 8 next. So yeah, it won't be long before we can get a bit of sealer on. So what I'm going to do is, going back to the range, because obviously it's all engineering work, so I really don't fancy going on buses. So it's difficult with the trains as well, because on the trains I use what's called the airplane seats. So it's like 2-2-2-2. Whereas on the bus, if someone wants to sit next to you, you've got to and you've got bags, it's quite awkward. So, yeah, I'm going to probably just do a home delivery. So I might order that glow-in-the-dark elephant. That is definitely the next one I want to get. So I want to try that and get that. I think it was Linda, Lazy Retired Granny was saying something about, because I asked if America gets these bags, and apparently America don't get it, because Lazy Retired Granny was saying that they don't get them over there. So I'm so jealous of your Walmart store. Like, is it Walmart that sell all them art dot paintings? Like, we don't have like a shop like that. Does anyone know in the UK if there is a shop that sells art dot paintings? Because trying to get them here is a nightmare. They don't sell a lot of paintings on Amazon with art dot. It's so weird. It seems, as I say, it always seems to be like accessories. But Tessa, it's over at Diamond Paints VM, she emailed them and said that they're supposed to be bringing more out. Remember I showed you that email in one of the Whip and Chats? So there is development happening with that. So I had a lovely dinner last night. I thought it was fish and it was chicken, because when I get my food, I put them all in freezer bags to like condense them, save them. And then I label the bags, but I forgot to label this bag. And I thought it was fish. It turned out it was chicken, and bloody hell was it good. Really, really nice chicken. My mum got me it because if she goes shopping anytime and she sees something that I might like, she gets me it. It's probably where I get it from. Because I do that. If I go shopping and go, oh, Tessa might like that, I'll get it for Tessa. Then I get it. So when when I did if you go on her channel, she did an unboxing video of the Mermaid Notebook, and she was so happy with it, and I was like, yep, she likes it. I think she actually says she finished it all at once, so yeah, she really liked that. I wish they'd bring out like a Harry Potter one, because that's quite nice, because Liz Harrison's Facebook group, she's done some lovely bookmarks. I want to get some more of them buddies as well. So I've got the Harry one. I need Hermione, Albus Dumbledore and Hagrid. I don't know if they do one, but if they've got it, I'll have it. as Harry's the main character, I was like, I've got to get him first because he's likely to sell out. So, yes. So I'll probably do a bit of kitting up tonight. I did a Christmas unboxing. Timu's been recommended Christmas unboxings and it came today, so I filmed that a bit earlier on. But yeah, I've got some de-kitting to do with this bag, so as soon as I've got trays available, I will start getting up a project. So I got some more stickers, so I've got plenty of stock of them. It's a nightmare when you ain't got stickers. Like, I don't like using paper, and then like as you're walking from one room to the next, the paper's just skipped out the tray and flied off because it sort of like blows out the tray. So yes, I'll have to have a rummage around in my diamond painting stash, see what we can find, do a lucky dip and plug one out. Oh dearie me. I so missed movie night last week. It was too busy because Teddy was over and then Britain's Got Talent was on, and I thought if I watch a movie now and that together, it's just going to like be like TV all night. I can't just watch TV all day. So yes. Right, let's try and get this little chunk down here done. It's quite hard to do this bit because it's quite overcast. I can't see the black very well. But if I put the light on, we get shadow effects on the screen, so yeah, it won't take long. Oh, do you know what I've seen on the range as well? I think it's a snowman, but I don't know if it's a tissue box. It looks like some sort of box thing with a snowman on it, and I quite like the look of that. I think it's like $16.99, which is like, whoa, you know? Like, so I'm so gonna get that. I've never done a tissue box. But some people with, you know, their spare diamonds, they decorate all sorts. I've seen it on TikTok. So you've got like a tissue box and they've decorated it all, or it could be like a pencil case. Because years ago we made one in college, and it was a wooden pencil case, and it was like rounded bits at the edge with like a straight, and then it had like where that would be like the lid, it would like slot open and slot back in. I don't know what I'd done with that. I think I sold it. But yeah, it used to be a wooden pencil case. I hated it. Like, it was just like weird having a wooden pencil case. Because back then we did like woodwork class, and in one part of the class was like where you would sit and do the paperwork, and then the back part of the class was where all like the lathes and the wooden machinery and sanders were. So I'll never forget that time I was at college, and I don't know what it was, but some guy called Donald was using the wrong welder on the wrong machine, and there were bloody smoke, fumes all coming out, and by God was the welder, like, teacher not happy. He was not happy at all because it almost caused a fire, and he didn't know, you know, he was you know, it wasn't the student's fault because he didn't know why he got told off and stuff, and you can't use the machine unless you're like 18 or over, and it weren't his fault. Someone had put the wrong grinder in there because apparently you can't use it with certain like material and stuff, but I think it was probably a faulty grinder. But yeah, there was smoke coming out everywhere. Don't really like welding because you have to use the curtain, like you have to pull the curtain across where that uniform thing and then you only get to see out of this mask because you have to wear this special black mask that has a see-through window in it so that you can see what you're grinding and stuff. But wow, I think that's the 8 done. I might save these because these look like you don't get a schematic with these bags. These look like a 310 drill, so I might save them. You always get 310s. Right, okay, so that's that. So what have I done with my number 3? That's interesting. I don't know what I've done with that. What's that? Ruby. That one is ruby as well. So we got ruby, ruby, ruby. A, D. What's that? 7, is it? A8, that's gone. 7, yeah, pretty much done. 4, I don't think we've got any more. 4, yep. 6, we've got a few 6s. Let's just finish them off. How are we doing for time? 53. Oh, we got the chunk of it done. So I reckon next session it'll just be like a fill-in job for just around here. Get that all filled in and Bob's your uncle, you know. Right, that's 6 done. So what the hell have I done with my 3? Aha! There it is, it's hiding from me. That's a 3, yeah, that's a 3. So, yeah, sorry, I forgot to tell you, I had chicken, beans and chips. I love McCain's chips. Any other chips, they always seem to come out like burnt or hard. But McCain's, oh, so nice. They're my favourite of all chips. Super good. So what are you all thinking of this lovely bag so far? I know Linda likes it. She loves this. Linda, would you actually like to do a bag like if they ever came to America? Because I'll tell you something, they're really lovely bags. So how are you getting on with that landlord as well? Because didn't you say he was looking to sell or something? Or no, you had a house inspection. Because I know you was a bit worried about that. But yeah, is he, have you renewed the contract? Or you don't have to tell me, I'm just being nosy. But yeah, okay, so I think we'll leave that there, guys. As I said, I don't know what I've done with my 2 drills. So we've got the number 1 drill here, but we've run out of time on this session. So yeah, I've got what I wanted to do done here. So tomorrow what we'll do is we'll just fill that in, get that done, and then that's pretty much completed. So just in time for the end of March. But anyway, that's that. Thank you very much for watching. If you want to get this for yourself, remember it is a tricky one because if you order online, you either get the dog or the cat. There's no option to pick either the dog or cat. It's a mix and match. Or you can, your best bet, as I always say, is in the shop, because what they do is they put a dog, then a cat, then a dog, then a cat on the rack, and you just flick through them and see whether you can. But I'd always recommend getting it from the shop, because it would be really annoying if you, say, had the dog already and then you ended up with a dog again through the post. So, yeah, I mean, obviously, if the shop didn't have it, then you would have to take that gamble and just hope and pray that you got the right one. But you could always give one away or perhaps sell it on, you know. But anyway, that's where we'll leave it today. Thank you very much for watching. Please remember to like, share. I don't know why I keep moving this up and down. Please remember to like, share, subscribe if you haven't done so already. Tap that notification bell to be alerted as and when you've got new videos, or I've got new videos. And we will see you next time. But I think the colours have come out great. I think it's a little bit overloaded with the creams, but apart from that, it's come out really lovely. So until then, have a wonderful day. We'll see you next time. Bye bye.